What's going on, guys? Welcome to yet another video. My name is Paul Campo, and if you haven't following me on Instagram, you know that I went back to the gym. I was working out in my garage, but I got over it. And that's probably the reason why I'm so sore right now, and that's probably the reason why I won't be, moving as much. It's because it hurts. But anyways, today we'll be talking about the sexiest topic in the world, and that is taxes. I know it's not the most interesting topic to talk about, but like it or not, the government will always want its part. And I think it's crucial that we all know the basics of taxes, how they work, and how they are going to affect your investments. So let's begin. There's a couple of words I don't like, and taxes is probably top 3. After all, taxes have caused civil wars, so I guess I'm not the only one. But to really understand what taxes are and how they affect each one of us, we should first define them. And taxes is basically the money that the government charges on every single one of us to fund government spending. And they use this money to fund projects like building roads or building public schools or paying 535 people who can reach an agreement on matters that matter to all of us and that could be life or death, aka Congress. Now, I can talk about all the taxes that exist out there, but I will be focusing on taxes related to investments, because that's what we are interested in learning about. So when it comes to taxes, you need to understand that timing is really important. And let me tell you why. The first type of taxes we'll be talking about is capital taxes, which is the tax the government places on the profits made from investments. And remember, these investments can be real estate, stocks, or bonds. But it's important that you understand that you'll be taxed differently depending on how long you have held those investments for and your income. Now, capital taxes can be divided into 2 groups: short-term capital taxes and long-term capital taxes. Short-term capital taxes come from the sale of investments held less than a year. So let's say you bought some Tesla shares back in March and now you want to sell them because you want to cash in profits. I'm pretty sure you would have made an amazing profit, but you will not take all of it. Short-term capital taxes will tax you as your regular income. And let's say you make $40,000 a year. So at $40,000 a year, you'll be taxed at about 12%. And let's say Tesla did really good, Elon Musk was on point, and you made $5,000 in profits. So next year, when you file your taxes, you will pay about $600 in taxes. Now, the second type of capital taxes is for long-term investments, meaning investments held for over a year. Long-term capital taxes are much lower than regular tax income, and this is why they are more favorable to the investor. Now, given the same example, you make $40,000 a year, you make $5,000 from the sale of your Tesla shares. Can you guess how much money you would have paid in taxes? Well, the answer is $0. These are the current long-term capital tax rates, and you can see that they are much lower, and especially for people who don't make a lot of money annually, it's going to greatly benefit them. So hold your investments for longer than a year, please. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is more of a loophole than it is a tax code. And I know the market has been crazy, and probably you are facing the opposite. Maybe you are losing money and your stocks are not performing as well. And that's okay, no shame on that. It's part of our investment experience, and I have yet to meet a single rich person who hasn't lost money from their investments. But even when you are losing money, you can do something really interesting. Say your Tesla shares plummeted and now you are losing $2,000, which is really bad. But in the meantime, you have been following Apple and you found out that Apple is about to release a technology that is going to make them millions of dollars in the next few years. So you come to the conclusion that Apple shares are going to increase in value exponentially. So you want to buy Apple, but there's a problem. You don't have the money to buy them, right? In a normal market, I advise to not sell your positions just because your stock is not doing great. But in a market as volatile as the one we're seeing right now, there's opportunities everywhere and you have to have the cash to be ready to jump on them. So for this example, let's say you sell your Tesla shares at a $2,000 loss. So you take that money, even though you lost money on paper, and you take it to invest in Apple, which you think is going to do great during the next years. And that's not the only thing you can do. Next year, when you file your taxes, you'll be able to deduct $2,000 from your income tax, which is going to save you some money, and you won't miss out on the upswing of Apple, which is going to be a win-win for you. I said it once, I'll say it again. Real estate is my favorite type of investment, and a big reason for that is because of tax benefits. Let's say you bought a house a couple of years ago for $200,000. You made some renovations and now the house is worth $350,000. That's great because you would have made a profit of $150,000, which would mean capital taxes. But wait, because real estate allows you to exclude up to $250,000 if you're single or $500,000 if you are married from your income, which means that you won't pay a single dime on profits from those investments. Of course, to be eligible for this, there is some criteria that you have to meet, like this has to be your principal residence and you have to live in the property for at least 2 years. But if that means that you're not going to pay any taxes on those crazy profits, I'll take it. Or you can do something better and buy another property using a 1031 exchange. So the house you previously had was a 2-bedroom house, but now you need a 3-bedroom house because everyone needs more space, right? So you find a house that is listed for $360,000, and after you run the numbers, you discover that because the house is in a great location, it has more space, and it's got everything that you want, it could be worth $480,000 after all the renovations. So you decide to jump on it and get it through a 1031 exchange. Basically what a 1031 exchange does is it tells the IRS, look, I'm going to sell this house and all the money I get from it, I'm going to use it to buy a new house, so don't tax me yet. You can tax me when I sell this new one. So the IRS says, sounds good to me, you can buy it now. So you buy the second house and you don't pay any taxes. But you have to buy a property within 180 days and the property has to be of equal or greater value than the one you previously had. A 1031 exchange is a powerful tax shelter that will allow you to build your wealth without having to give your life away to the government. And that's it for me today. I know taxes are not the most interesting topic to talk about, but I think it's important that we understand the effect it has on our money, our investments, and ultimately our wealth. The government takes advantage of all of us in many different ways, and I'm not trying to be political here, but that's just the reality. So we need to take action and find ways to protect ourselves from it. If you found value in this video, don't forget to drop me one of these and to leave me a comment down below letting me know if I did a good job explaining this topic. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this one, and I will see you guys next week.